Today our topic is autosomal dominant and the autosomal recessive diseases. What are inherited traits? Humans receive the traits from the parents, like your eye and the hair color or how tall you are. So the inheritance is a process of how you receive your traits. What is autosomal dominant inheritance? The autosomal dominant is the one way that the genetic traits pass from the one parent to the child. When a trait is autosomal dominant, only one parent needs to have an altered gene to pass it on. Half of the children of the parent with an autosomal trait will get the trait. Only the changes that occur in the DNA of the sperm or the egg can be passed on to the children from the parents. What is autosomal recessive inheritance? Autosomal recessive is a pattern of the inheritance. If the parent has an autosomal recessive trait, they will show no symptoms. In order to pass it on to the children, both parents need to carry the trait. But because they don't have any symptoms, they often don't even know what they have it. Both parents need to pass an altered gene onto the child for the child to inherit the genetic condition or trait in the autosomal recessive pattern. 1/4 of the children will get an autosomal recessive gene. If both parents have it, only the changes that occur in the DNA of the sperm or the egg can be passed on to the children from the parents. What does autosomal mean? Autosomal means that the specific gene is not a sex chromosome and is a numbered chromosome. Humans have the 46 total chromosome. Each of your parents gives you 23 chromosomes via the egg or the sperm. For a total of the 46, there are two sex chromosomes, X and Y, and the 22 numbered chromosome. The numbered chromosome are the only chromosome that use the autosomal inheritance pattern. How do I transmit the traits? Traits are passed from the sperm and egg. Genetic material consists of DNA, genes, and chromosomes. Chromosomes are made up of DNA, and the chunks of the DNA form the chromosome. The DNA holds a genetic code. You receive one copy of a gene from each parent, creating a pair. Those genes are in your cells, which divide and copy themselves until your body has enough cells to make up all of your body. So, when the cells divide, the chromosomes and the genes should stay the same in each cell of the same line. Sometimes during the division there is a mistake in the division of the genetic material. That is called the mutation. It may change the function of the cell. It is in the total of all the genes in the whole body in your genome. How do the inherited traits affect my body? The inherited traits determine your physical characteristics, including how you look and what makes you unique. Sometimes you can inherit the genes that have the altered DNA that form as a result of the copying mistake during the cell division mutation, which may lead to the genetic condition that can affect how your cells and form and function, but they don't always. Some genes can mutate and not cause the disease and not causes any disease. Some may cause a serious illness if they mutate. So where is DNA in my body? DNA lives in every cell in your body, genetically in the nucleus, which is the control center of the cell. Trillions of cells make up who you are. What does DNA look like? So your DNA is made up of 4 bases: adenine, cytosine, thymine, and guanine. The bases form the base pairs. A with T and C with G. The base pairs connect with the sugar molecule on the phosphate molecule that create a spiral staircase, double helix. The base pairs forms the steps and the sugar and the phosphate molecules, they are the trails. How does the mutation change my DNA? A genetic mutation can happen during the cell division or if the cell is exposed to something toxic. The mutation is a change in the DNA's double helix structure. This means that a gene isn't where it is supposed to be on a chromosome. The mutations can be caused. Substitution. One nucleotide switches places with the another nucleotide. Insertion. An extra nucleotide is added to the strand of a DNA. Deletion. A nucleotide is removed from the strand of the DNA. What are the common genetic disorders caused by the autosomal dominant inheritance? The genetic disorders that follow a pattern of the autosomal dominant inheritance include the Huntington disease, Marfan syndrome, and the achondroplasia. Is there a test to check the health of my genes? There are multiple ways to test for the genetic problems. A genetic test identifies the changes to your genes, chromosomes or the proteins. The genetic testing can locate the mutated genes that causes the genetic condition. This test helps the parents who plan on having the children understand the risk of passing the genetic condition to the child. How do I prevent the genetic disorder from passing to my children? It is not possible to determine which genes to pass on to the children, so it is impossible to prevent the genetic condition from passing to your children. To better understand your risk of passing the specific genetic condition that runs into your family, talk with the healthcare provider about the genetic testing and speak with a genetic counselor who can walk you through the test results. Your parents give you the traits that make you unique. The genetic conditions are passed in a variety of different ways. If you plan on becoming pregnant and want to understand your risk of passing the specific gene or the genetic condition to your child, talk with the healthcare provider about the genetic testing or the genetic counseling. Thank you.